Boone and Crockett Country, presented by Loophole.
The North American model of wildlife conservation and the systems of game management that flow from it is the most successful paradigm of natural resource perpetuation devised by man. It works because it was built by the people, for the people. As such, the public has much to say and do with its application on the ground. Historically and to this day, the eyes and ears of this model are sportsmen. The observation-based input provided by hunters, anglers, and trappers is vital to the success of programs run by state and federal agencies in managing public wildlife resources. When applied correctly, the concerned opinions of those who take to the woods each fall are blended with current scientific data to craft the necessary actions and the desired outcomes of these actions. One big game species worth exploring under this joint management system is our mule deer. Not that long ago, a cry went out from sportsmen that we were losing our mule deer populations in some areas. At the same time, other citizens were complaining that mule deer were eating them out of house and home. So goes the challenge of modern-day wildlife management. The state of Colorado is one western state blessed with mule deer. Ron Spomer is a seasoned veteran of hunting across North America. His daytime job for the past 34 years has been that of an outdoor writer and television personality, sharing his knowledge and experiences in the field with thousands of avid sportsmen. This past October, Spomer stepped into the semi-arid slopes of northwestern Colorado in search of a trophy mule deer, one of 5 of our North American deer species that were reported by some to be declining precipitously. The timing for this hunt will be late October and the early stages of the mule deer rut. Spomer's 2009 mule deer campaign was proved out on the High Lonesome Ranch near DeBeck, Colorado. The High Lonesome is situated along the trailing end of a geographic mountain formation known as the Book Cliffs, which extends across central Utah and in through northwestern Colorado's Garfield and Mesa counties. This mountain range received its name because the eroded folds of these sandstone bluffs resemble the spines of books on a shelf. These 2 Colorado counties in particular shine atop Boone and Crockett records as an historic producer of outsized mule deer. Spomer would love to discover they're still here. The Douglas fir, poplar, oak brush, and sage flats and basins of this corner of Colorado consistently produce not only the highest scoring mule deer for Colorado, but these 2 counties also rank in the top 5 counties for mule deer for all western states and provinces.
My gosh, this is big country. Those ridges and clefts and holes, and you could hide 1 million mule deer in here. How are we going to find them?
We're going to look all week, Ron, until we find the one you want.
Yeah, but 1 week won't even begin to cover it. How much area do you guys hunt in here?
The High Lonesome Ranch consists of 33,000 deeded acres.
33,000 acres.
And then with our BLM permits, we can cover approximately 300 square miles.
Oh yeah, well that's a piece of cake. No problem, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll cover that.
Well, is it all as gnarly as this?
No, it'll change from the bluff area, which is, this is the Book Cliff area behind us. That's been known for large mule deer. And then, we'll roll into farm fields, into aspen stands, into black timber. The terrain really varies.
Scott, I have, like most hunters, been looking for that big Boone and Crockett sized mule deer, a really mature deer, and I've heard that the High Lonesome has got a reputation for cranking out some big ones. What can we expect? Is it realistic to be looking for a 180, 190 buck and maybe even get up into that 200 range?
Yeah, Ron, I do think it is. Our average is 180 to 185 when we figure out averages. 2 years ago, we did take a 221.
That was mine.
So, unfortunately, that's not yours.
Not there anymore, is it?
So yes, realistically, the 185, 190 deer is here, and obviously some bigger ones. Let me ask you, what are your expectations? What would you?
Well, that 200, 190 class would be great, you know. I mean, everybody wants to get close to that Boone and Crockett on a mule deer, and it's the toughest animal in North America to come up with, in my experience. Well, I think we probably need to go find a deer at this point, huh?
Right.
I think we've got our work cut out for us.
Oh, I think we're gonna have a great week and hopefully find that deer that you want.
Yeah? You got a guarantee on that?
No guarantees in hunting.
Boone and Crockett Country is in partnership with the Wild Sheep Foundation, putting and keeping sheep on the mountain. Remington Arms and Ammunition, welcome to Remington Country. And the Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation and ethical hunting worldwide.
Observations of the rise or fall in any population of big game species must always be taken in context. While accounts from sportsmen provide important information to game managers, nature can deal a number of variables, as can human forces that need to be factored before action is taken. For example, mule deer populations in the Southwest decline whenever they have a series of dry years with little winter precipitation. Deer herds in the Rocky Mountains decline in years of abundant winter precipitation in the form of heavy snowfall, along with low temperatures. This means deer herds throughout the West increase and decrease at different times due to different environmental factors. These natural environmental conditions also appear in Boone and Crockett records data. During his very first morning on the High Lonesome, Spomer was greeted with a bittersweet opening. The forecast was for dry and hot temperatures, fast melting a previous dusting of snow. Combined, this meant far from ideal mule deer hunting conditions, oncoming rut or not. Nevertheless, his first day on the ground and behind glass with guide Scott Bystall uncovered a handsome 4x4 that was estimated to be in the high 170s.
They're still out in that sagebrush chasing, you see them?
Yeah.
Pick them up there. They're going right for that fence line. Littler buck is running that big guy through the sagebrush. Here they come right out. He's gonna jump that fence. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Effortless. Man, they just keep going.
I wonder why they're leaving those does.
Yeah, it's like they've got a grudge match or something. They're more interested in settling that than they are in those does. I suppose the does weren't anywhere close to estrus yet, so they decided to move on. Hey, what do you think that guy's going to score? About high 170s?
High 170s, maybe 180, but that's probably pushing it.
Yeah, I'm no expert, but I'm going to guess 177 and 3/8.
There's really only one way we could find that out now, isn't there?
Yeah, and I don't think I want to spend that
No,
tag yet.
I don't think we should do that.
He's awfully tempting, but man, with all this country and the time we've got, and the rut coming on, we're going to look at a lot of deer, I think.
Give it a few days and see what comes down, and
Yeah, keep this guy in our back pocket, huh?
we can.
That's a luxury.
I think we can do better.
I like what I'm hearing.
Another tool used by game managers to gauge the health of a species is Boone and Crockett Club records data. If mule deer in general are in decline, this would include mature bucks, and as such, this decline would appear in B&C trophy records. While it took some time for big game record keeping to catch on in the early 1900s, historic B&C data do not reflect an alarming decline of trophy entries in the decades since. These data do show a gradual increase in trophy bucks until the early 1950s, followed by an even sharper annual increase until the single-year trophy entry high of 2004. Along the way, there have been a few spikes and dips, but none that are significant or that cannot be traced back to negative environmental factors, namely weather. Collectively, Boone and Crockett records data reflect the recovery of our mule deer from the unregulated overharvest of the late 1800s and a more recent surge in entries. In northwest Colorado, mule deer have increased slightly in the last 10 to 15 years, but mostly in the buck segment of the herd, due to changes in management that dramatically limited the number of licenses issued. Fawn recruitment has increased with favorable environmental conditions, but the winter of 2007 and 8 reduced west slope deer herds, and they are still recovering. Overall, Colorado is at about 80% of their statewide population objective of 590,000 deer. Like most western mule deer hunts, Spomer's hunt was a glassing affair, locating bucks and then evaluating them. The Book Cliffs terrain, however, demands more thorough scrutinizing observation than usual. This is big country, made even bigger by the dense cover. The sage can approach 6 feet in height, and the oak brush is so thick that deer seem to tunnel through it. In good acorn crop years, there is little need for them to leave these fortresses. But the real coup de grace forcing intensive glassing vigils is with the leaves off. The brown and gray dun color of the defoliated hillsides matches the pre-winter coloration of mule deer, giving them the added advantage of natural cloaking. From a genetic standpoint, bucks from this region can reach or exceed the magical 30-inch spread benchmark and grow coveted, high-scoring, deep fork structures. Older age-class bucks grow heavy mass to augment spread. It is also not uncommon to see bucks with extra character points, as well as bucks that will score better as a non-typical than typical. Nearly half of the bucks on record from Garfield County qualify in the non-typical category.
Optical Insights presented by Loophole, America's Optics Authority.
The ultimate goal for every hunter, besides the camaraderie and irreplaceable memories found in hunting camps with family and friends, is the quick, clean, ethical harvest of a mature trophy. Hi, I'm Tim Lesser. Loophole's Boone and Crockett Big Game Reticle has been helping hunters obtain that goal since it was developed in 2004. This ballistically matched reticle provides a series of aiming points for medium to long-range shots. Not only does it provide precise hold points for 200, 300, 400, 450, and 500 yards, the folks at Loophole have made it possible to use this reticle for extreme accuracy with virtually any popular big game hunting cartridge and bullet. Simply find your caliber on the included list and use the appropriate mark on the power selector ring to help you put that bullet exactly where it needs to go.
Optical Insights has been brought to you by Loophole, America's Optics Authority. Boone and Crockett Country is in partnership with Buck Knives, knives that fit your life, and the Pope and Young Club, for the good of bow hunting.
Once every few decades, just by chance, mule deer populations everywhere happen to decline at the same time, and this causes widespread concern among sportsmen that something bad is happening to mule deer throughout their range. This occurred in the 1970s and more recently in the late 1990s. Since the last mule deer decline, most mule deer populations have rebounded to some degree. In the Southwest, herds are still well below objective, but slowly increasing. Populations in northern states and Canadian provinces have either remained stable or have increased moderately. Harsh weather in the winters of 2007 and 8 and 2008 and 9 set recovery back in some areas, but mule deer are no longer in dismal decline as they were 10 to 15 years ago. With a good buck figuratively in his back pocket from the first morning, Spomer and Beistel felt comfortable working the high lonesome breaks, searching for a top-end buck this region is known for. While several respectable bucks were found, by the last morning it was time to try and redeem their coupon on the 4x4 located on day one.
Hey, there's a bunch of doe coming out over there, coming out of the sage into that grass field.
Yep.
There's a little buck way out there, though.
Oh, here comes that 3x4 out.
Which one?
The 3x4 we saw him that chased him out of the field the other day.
Oh, yeah, they were together. Maybe they're together again. Oh, yeah, there he is. He's a good deer, too, you know it?
Yes, he is. Look, Ron, right up to the right. Right. Come off.
Oh, there he is.
Okay.
That's him,
Got
isn't
him
it?
at 2 o'clock above him.
Yeah. That's good. That's him. That's a good deer. How come we passed him up the first day? He looks awful good now.
Fine.
Can't believe we passed him up. That's a backup. How come we get at him?
If we take this fence line down, get into that field, get into that sage, and then start paralleling with them, depending on what the wind is doing.
Get into that little strip of cover there.
And we can get down below him and
Irrigation
then
ditch or something?
hopefully catch him before he gets up into the cedars. You okay with that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
We should be able to cut him off. Let's go.
Let's go fast.
Well, let's see if we can close into 100 yards or so and then see if we can spot him.
So we gotta get out of this tall sagebrush to spot anything. You see? Where is he from that?
See the big rock?
Okay.
Just to the left of that.
All right.
Just above the sage.
Oh yeah, I got him. Yeah, we gotta cut that distance.
He's still there. See him? Still to the left of that rock.
I trust you. Take me to him.
What we need to do is drop down this little swale and kind of come up around him and see if we can get alongside of him. Get a
Yeah,
little
that
closer.
sounds good. We can, yeah. Cut off a lot of distance that way. Oh, this will give us some cover, huh? Oh, yeah. Get below him here. Make some time. Oh, I hope he doesn't get up that mountain before we get up there. Okay. That's still a long ways away. I think we can do it. Scott, I can get an opening, I think, up in here. Up in here. There's a little avenue right here. I think I can, if I kneel, I think I can get him. He's just standing there, isn't he? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you got him. Watch my shot. Here goes. You ready?
Get him out once you can. Ronnie's coming downhill, you hit him, but
Yeah, I can't make him up. Get a glare. I got some. He's going down. There he went down. Right behind that juniper.
he's down.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Oh.
There you go.
Woo-hoo.
5 days to get it done, but
Man.
we got it done.
He's got a nice fork here on the back. Look at this. One more time. That rifle is unloaded, partner.
Thank you, sir.
Lean her up there. Oh, look at this guy. He's nice and wide. A little heavier than I thought. I think we picked the best one.
Yes, we did.
That's the best.
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. You know, that's the beauty of hunting a ranch like this. Yeah. The fact that you could let him go on the first day and think you might come and find him again, you know?
Yeah.
Boy, it's not many times you get a chance for something like that.
Well, and we tried to find him last night and we couldn't, so
Yeah, well,
it starts the nerves going.
oh boy. Yeah, but you know, that's the chance you take. That's the name of the game, you know?
Definitely.
Pay your money and take your chances. If you want to try for a bigger buck, you got to let the smaller ones go. Not that this is a small one, but the fact that we had potential for a 190, whoa.
We passed up quite a few bucks that were just,
at
just smaller than him, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah, me too.
Beautiful deer. Congratulations.
Oh, thanks. It's all, actually, I was just a trigger man.
No,
You're the
did
hunter.
great, man. You did good.
He's got a nice spread to him. I like that.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh, he's a lot better mass than I thought he had. I love it. I love it.
With the pages of sporting magazines and records booked filled with the images of outstanding mule deer bucks, it's hard to imagine mule deer numbers in decline. While there still may be isolated declines in certain ranges, clearly they are doing quite well in western Colorado.
Boone and Crockett Country has been brought to you by Leupold, America's Optics Authority, and the Boone and Crockett Club, fair chase and conservation since 1887.
The word not that long ago was that mule deer numbers across the West were in decline. As we have learned, the West is a big area, subject to environmental events that can have an effect on deer populations. Given the time and space, game species can recover from tough weather conditions on the landscape. While game managers monitor the effects of harsh winters and drought in the setting of their annual harvest quotas, of greater concern are the unnatural events. Of these, the bane of the mule deer today is their loss of critical winter range to human developments. Lower elevation valley floors that wintering mule deer need for survival are the same lands highly prized by land developers looking to cater to those looking for a home surrounded by the Western lifestyle. The good news for mule deer and our other game species is that they have boots on the ground stewards guarding their flanks, funding their research, and reporting back to managers both positive and negative trends in population numbers. As for herd balance, Boone and Crockett records data remain a classic gauge, with the continued presence of trophies among us representing a sign of herd health. The North American model of wildlife conservation is time-tested and proven, but it can be weakened to the point of inefficiency. The simple truth is, this model would collapse without the best eyes and ears in the business. Sportsmen, we can and must stay the course.
Closed captioning provided by the Dallas Safari Club, promoting conservation and ethical hunting worldwide.